Okay, so let's get into the commodities market. Tumeke Olowo is here, one of the research analysts at Financial Derivatives Company, taking us through the second installment of our commodities lookout for the current week. Tumeke, it's good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So the big stories around the oil market, the crude oil market, looks like a very serious volatility there. We saw 72, we saw 73. We thought it was going up, then we're back to around 70. And I just hold my breath. How big is this for Nigeria at the moment?
I think that, okay, the Brent price has gone down like about 2.54%. So it's currently at $70. So what, okay, the US, their stockpiles increased last week. So I think this is going to affect our external reserves mainly. Because right now, our external reserves went up in April. So if we're having this is going to affect our external reserve. Also, on the global front, the U.S. tension with Iran and with China is what is causing this volatility.
Quite a lot out there about the volatility going on. But again, if it's going to affect us, our benchmark for 2019 budget still around 60, 61. The final budget hasn't been signed, so we don't know what the final figure will be from the executive. But at least at 70, you think we're a bit comfortable, or we should just sleep with one eye open?
I think that it all depends on the escalating tensions now in the market.
But do you think there are other big burning economic issues for us to think about?
Oh, okay. So in Nigeria now, the CBN wants to limit banks' treasury bills holdings, and also they want to mandate banks to increase their lending to the private sector. So what this means basically is, okay, if you look at the liquidity ratio, it's 30% now, but treasury bill holdings for the banks is around 12%. So if you are telling them to limit their treasury bill holdings, this is going to end up decreasing interest rates, and this inhibits financial inclusion.
Okay, but aside from that, what else do you think is a big story? I know if we touch oil a little bit, but again, if we touch with the global commodities market, what's the big story around wheat, corn, sugar? Any idea?
So the price for wheat has gone down, despite the US having a fall in output because they are currently experiencing adverse weather conditions, while that of corn has gone up globally. Or if you come to the domestic market, you would see that the price of corn has actually come down. So what's happening in the global market has to do with the adverse weather conditions in US. Then also China is currently facing some pest threats. So if the prices continue to go down, because planting season was just over, so when the harvest season begins, it's going to further decline price. But this can be affected if we begin to smuggle out the corn to other countries. This could end up reversing the trend and driving it up. And also right now is the Ramadan season, and they use corn to make ogi, and they use it to break their fast.
So you think prices may likely trend higher locally? Once the fasting period, the Ramadan, is over by June, I think first week or so, what do you think the local prices will look like? Are we likely to see a bit of tapering in some of these prices like tomato, pepper?
Okay, so right now tomato price has gone up and pepper price has gone up also. And it's basically the different planting season that is affecting this. So what's going to happen in June is it's going to cause the food inflation to actually go up, because in April, food inflation went up to 11.7%. So all this is going to affect the food basket and allow the inflation rate to go up.
Okay. I think we'll check with next week, the month end. So maybe we'll check more with the end of month, your survey on market prices for agro-commodities. Okay. Maybe we'll do that next week. Thank you so much. Tumeke Olowo, a member of the economic think tank and research analyst at Financial Derivatives Company. When we come back, we're still talking agriculture. The UK, it's been a very busy week for both the US on one hand and the UK talking about agric transformation in West Africa. We'll listen to some of the panelists, what they have to say about financing. But what exactly does the UK want when we talk about agriculture in West Africa, Nigeria being the arrowhead of that. We'll take a listen to that. And of course, we check with the global marketplace. It's a bloodletting Thursday. Stock markets are boiling around the world. If you check the numbers from London to Frankfurt to Milan, it's been a terrible Thursday. All of that with crude and currencies. We'll pack all of that together, and we're going to talk to our folks in London in just a minute. We'll be back in two.